truly humble under God. That's what thug means.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to the Diddy Web. This is a series where I break down all the drama and facts behind Sean Diddy Combs' federal trial happening right now. Some might say this is the trial of the century or the decade, but if you were born in the 90s like me, it's just another big celebrity going down. Today's episode, we're talking about someone really important in this case, an anonymous woman called Mia. Her story is huge in this whole trial, so let's get into it. So first off, Mia isn't her real name, obviously. That's just to keep her safe and private because she's a victim and a witness. According to court papers, she got connected to Diddy's circle when she was pretty young. And what she says is really serious. She claims that she was forced and manipulated into situations involving ST and prostitution. She says that people working for Diddy, like his employees, handlers, and close associates, were the ones recruiting her and others, using threats and pressure to keep control. The prosecutors say this wasn't just a one-time thing, but part of a whole system where Diddy and his team made money exploiting these women. Of course, Diddy's lawyers are just gonna let that slide. They've pointed out some differences between what Mia said before and what she's saying now. They also tried to suggest that she might be exaggerating for money or pressure from the prosecutors. But the judge ruled that she still has to testify, as she was subpoenaed. She didn't even want to be there. With protection, so she stays anonymous because her words are a key part of this trial. This whole battle over her credibility is intense, and it's making this case even more explosive. Now, Mia's not the only one accusing Diddy of R. There's also Cassie, who filed a civil lawsuit against him, and it got settled out of court for $30 million. But she's also a star witness in this trial, this federal trial. She was his ex, but there was also music executive Capricorn Clark. Both of them have come forward in separate filings or legal actions, also describing actual abuse and violence towards them. All these stories have shown similar patterns: manipulation, isolation, violence, and control. The fact that multiple women have anonymous, some famous, are saying similar things is giving prosecutors even more to work with. Mia's story is a huge part of the government's case. She shares intense details about being taken to parties and places run by Diddy's people, where she and other women were forced to have us, even when they didn't want to. And what's wild is that she wasn't even allowed to sleep for the first 5 days. She ended up in a complete emotional breakdown. I'll spare you the details. She also says she was forced to clean up bodily fluids, directly quoting here. I will not explain what the bodily fluids are, but just imagine every single possible fluid. Her testimony also describes Diddy's violent outburst in one of the situations. She says she went to her room to change her tampon, and it sent him into a rage. Mia describes how she pointed to the blood running down her leg to explain it was an emergency. In response, she says he threw a bowl of spaghetti at her. In other instances, he even threw turkey meat and a computer, then chased her outside of the house. In that particular situation where he threw the bowl at her. Basically, her words give the jury a real look on how the whole thing allegedly worked, how power, fear, and violence were used to control and abuse women. The Prince Party Incident. One moment that connects Mia's story to Cassie's is the one of the infamous Princess Party. According to Mia's testimony, she was present when Diddy attacked Cassie outside of the event. And get this, Prince's security team actually stepped in to stop it. Mia says Diddy was in full rage, and even in front of witnesses, he tried to pull Cassie into a car. That moment speaks volumes because it happened in public and it got so bad that another celebrity team had to interfere. I think that she saw him at the party, and I'm just paraphrasing. She saw him at the party, and then her and allegedly Mia, they both went and ran away from the party across the street to hide in some bushes. So that speaks, volumes about his rage and allegedly, proven until innocent until proven guilty. So before Mia, Cassie actually testified, and she described the same night in heartbreaking detail. She said they were supposed to be attending Princess Night together, Mia and her. They were debating before, and they were little kids talking about how they were supposed to sneak out and go to a princess party because they really loved him. And Diddy became controlling before they even got there, and when they left, he blew up over some smut, and it just turned violent. She described being terrified, humiliated, and completely helpless. It's important to see that Mia's testimony and Cassie's timeline actually overlap here. It adds more weight to both of their stories, basically. To make the web even more webbing, during her testimony, Mia said something that really stuck with me. She described being offered a plate of substances for breakfast, literally. She said that's how the day started, like it was normal. Now here's the wild part. Jaguar Wright, a singer who's spoken out about her own disturbing experiences, mostly Jay-Z, allegedly. She once described being offered the exact same thing. I think she was staying over at somebody's house, and when she woke up, instead of breakfast, they served her a plate of rugs. And for Mia's story, I think they were at Burning Man, and he made her take a specific substance that's a horse tranquilizer. I'm not sure I can say the name on YouTube, but for the people who know. And it was a huge amount, and she was just scared because she's never done it, and it was just weird. It's an awkward vibe, and I think this is something like coercion, because she didn't really feel the need. She didn't really feel like she had the possibility to say no, because I'm pretty sure something very bad happened after that. Yeah, he humiliated her because she tried to I think maybe wipe it off the plate when he wasn't watching, something like that. I'm just paraphrasing here, but yeah, that's embarrassing. Just describes how bad of a monster he is. Beyond all the legal stuff, Mia's story is sparking big conversations out here. Groups that fight for survivors of trafficking and abuse are really backing her, saying her bravery helps show how these problems happen even when famous people are involved. But people are still divided. Some say believe survivors, and others say wait for all the facts. This case shows how hard it is to balance privacy, justice, and public opinion when something this massive breaks. Also, the fact that this court case is not being televised for us, the people, is probably part of that balance. So that's the story of Mia. She's anonymous, but a key part of what's going on in this trial against Sean Diddy Combs. Next time on the Diddy trial, I'll be breaking down what the defense's team is doing and all the courtroom drama next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any of it. Catch you next time.
Be truly humble under God. That's what thug means.